Hey guys, Double here, and for 400 subscribers, fuck you, Windows 7. Matt suggested that I read my Immortal, Jesus Christ, with this and via Crystal. I've pretty much just thrown all grammar out for this channel. Yeah. If you don't know what my Immortal is, and would this go away? No, go away. If you don't know what Via Crystal is, or my Immortal is, I'll put a little bit of a story in the description. I haven't read this at all. I read about it on Know Your Meme, just because I wanted to know a little bit about it before I got myself into it. So, it looks like there's 35 chapters. We're gonna see how far I can get. Special Fangs, get it? 'Cause I'm gothic. To my girlfriend, ew, not in that way, Raven, Bloody Tears 666, for helping me with the story and spelling, you rock. Justin, you're the love of my depressing life, you rock too. MCR rocks. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name. 'Cause you have your hair when you're born, with purple streaks and red tips that reach my mid-back with icy blue eyes like limpid tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. If you don't know who she is, if you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here. Okay, guys, listen to him. I'm not related to Gerald Way, but I wish I was because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch. And I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth in case you couldn't tell. I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put my middle finger up at them. Hey, Ebony, shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. I totally remember Ebony in the Harry Potter arc. I was assuming this just took place either before or after, but apparently no. What's up, Draco asked. Nothing, he said shyly, because he's shy. And then I heard my friends call me and I had to go away. Is it good? Please tell me, Fangs. Chapter 2! Yay! I completed a chapter. Fangs to Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the chapter. By the way, preps, stop flamming my story, Kay? The next day I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door to my coffin and drank some blood from the bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony, and inside it was hot pink velvet and black lace on the ends. I got out of my coffin and took off my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress and pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears and put my hair in a kind of messy bun. Wait, doesn't Hogwarts have a dress code thing? Like, required dress? In the books, at least. The movie, didn't stand up to that. But anyway, my friend Willow, Raven, dis is you, woke up and then grinned at me. She flipped her long waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. So she waved her hair before opening her eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini fishnets and pointy high-heeled boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick with white foundation and black eyeliner. OMFG, I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly. Yeah, so? I said, blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked as we went out of the Slytherin common room into the Great Hall. No, I so fucking don't, I shouted. Yeah, right, she exclaimed. Just then Draco walked up to me. Hi, he said. Hi, I repeated flirtily. Guess what, he said. What? Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. Oh my fucking God, I screamed. I love GC. They are my favorite band besides MCR. Well, do you want to go with me, he asks. I gasped. That was the best chapter I've ever read. Stop flamming the story, perhaps, okay? Otherwise, Fangs to the Gothic people for the good reviews. Fangs, again, Raven. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't own this or the lyrics for Good Charlotte. If there's lyrics in this, I might not read them out. If it's like copyright infringement stuff, I don't know. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all the corset stuff on the back and front. I put on matching fishnet on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so I slit one of my wrists. What? I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding, and I listened to some GC. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. Then I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway. I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. I went outside. Draco was there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a Simple Plan t-shirt. They would play at the show too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and eyeliner. A lot faux cool boys were it okay. Hi, Draco, I said in a depressed voice. Hi, Ebony, he said back. We walked into his flying black Mercedes-Benz, the license plate said 666, oh my God, and flew to the place with the concert. I'm actually having more trouble pronouncing than it has grammar errors right now. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. Isn't that illegal for Hogwarts, I mean? When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. Skip that. Joel is so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing at him as he sung, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we moshed with the music. Then I caught on. Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you, I said. Really, Draco? Asked Draco sensitively, and he put his arm around me, all protective. Really, besides, I don't even know Joel, and he's going out with Hillary fucking Duff. I hate that little bitch. Did he actually? I don't know. I don't pay attention to celebrities' love life, really. I said disgustingly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. Her face was not blonde. Her head is blonde. The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with them. We got GC concert tees. Draco and I crawled back in the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back to Hogwarts. Instead, he drove his car into the Forbidden Forest. I seed stoop flaming. Okay, Ebony's name is Enobi? Oh, it's been wrong this whole time? Not Mary Suke? Draco is so in love with her that he is acting different. They knew each other before, okay? Draco, I shouted. Where the fuck do you think you are doing, or what? Whatever. Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car and walked out of it. I walked out of it too, curiously. What the fucking hell? I asked angrily. Ebony? He asked. It's still wrong! What? No! You're an idiot, dude. What? I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close. I looked into his gothic red eyes. Oh, okay, his wearing contacts, which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness that I suddenly didn't feel mad anymore. And then suddenly, just as Draco kissed me, passionately. Draco climbed on top of me and we started to make out neonly against the tree. He took on top of... he took off my top and I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra. And he put his thingy into my you-know-what and we did it for the first time. Why are they swearing but not saying penis and vagina? Oh, I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. What? No! We started to kiss everywhere and my pale body became all warm and then, what the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? It was Dumbledore. Okay, I am sorry. I just find it funny hearing Dumbledore say that. Oh my god. And Harry's probably watching him on his map do that or something. Stop flamming. If you flam, it means you are a prep or a poser. Yep, you what? The only reason Dumbledore swore because he had a headache. You don't swear if you have a headache? What? Apparently I, almost always have a headache. Okay, and on top of that, he was mad at them for having sex. P.S. I'm not updating until I get 5 good reviews. Then how would people get this? Dumbledore made and Draco and I follow him. He kept shouting angrily at us. You ludicrous fools, he shouted. Did he at least let them put their clothes back on? I started to cry, tears of blood down my paled face? Draco comforted me. We went back into the castle and Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angrily. Why would McGonagall do anything? They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest, he yelled in a furious voice. Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? How dare you, demanded Snape. Then Draco shrieked, because I love her. Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said, Fine, very well, you may go up to your rooms. Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us. Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked me greatly. Yeah, I guess I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth, hid my hair, and changed my low-cut black floor-length dress into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it and black high heels. When I came out, Draco was standing in front of the bathroom. He started to sing I Just Want to Live by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even though I wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodnight, and he reluctantly went back into his room. Should you up, peeps, okay? P.S. I will not update until you give me good revows. Okay, I'll give you a good good revows. I'll give you a good revow if you want. The next day I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black miniskirt that was all ripped around the end and a matching top with red skulls all over it and high-heeled boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings and 2 crosses in my eyes. I spray-painted my hair with purple. I ate in the Great Hall. I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk and a glass of red blood. Suddenly someone bumped into me and blood spilt on my top. Bastard, I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up because I was looking into the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair and red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that it was going down his face, and he was wearing black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore, now that he was wearing red contact lens just like Draco's, and there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had mainly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent and looked exactly like Joel Madden. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him, kind of like an erection, only I'm a girl, so I don't get one, you sicko. Oh, sorry, he said in a shy voice. That's all right. What's your name? I questioned. My name's Harry Potter, although most people call me a vampire these days, he grumbled. Why? Because I love the taste of human blood, he giggled. Well, I'm a vampire, I confessed. Really? Yeah. We sat down for a while, then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him. Great plot line there. And why is Harry a vampire now? When does this take place? I also forgot to mention you should read some commentaries people write here. They're hilarious. You mean comments? Oh, that's the reposter. Okay. Bring me to life. Why is chapter 7 all of a sudden have a title? Oh. Well, you guys, I'm only writing this because I got 5 good reviews. By the way, I won't write the next chapter till I get 10 Godvons. The hell's a Godvon? Stow flaming or I'll report you. Sorry, or I'll report you. Ebony isn't Mary Sue, okay? She isn't perfect. She is a Satanist. And she has problems. She depressed for God's sake. Godzilla's sake? Draco and I had our pale white hands and black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing a red Satanist sings on my nails. And in red nail polish. Oh, really? 'Cause, see, does that sound like Mary Sue to you? Yes. I waved to a vampire. It sounds like he only wrote that line just to prove she's not Mary Sue. I waved to a vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room, locked the door, then, wait, girls can't go. Oh, yeah, they can. Never mind. We started Frenching passively, and we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up before I took off my top. Then I took off my black leather bra, and he took off his pants. We were in the bed, so she didn't take off her pants. He did. She just took off her shirt. Well, bra. She didn't even take off her shirt. What? No, that doesn't even make sense. We went on the bed and started making out naked, and then he put his boy thingy in mine. He put his boy thingy in your boy thingy, and we had sex. See, is that stupid? Yes. Oh, Draco, I screamed while getting an orgasm when all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I'd never seen before on Draco's arm. Why am I reading fast? It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, bloody Gothic writing in the words vampire. I was so angry. You bastard, I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded, but I knew too much. No, you fucking idiot, I shouted. You probably have AIDS anyway. He's a vampire. You probably drank each other's blood or something. I don't know. I put on my clothes all in huffy and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker, I yelled. Cool story. I really should have brought some water. How long have I been doing this? I don't want to go too long, but I'm supposed to go until I can. 18 minutes? Jesus Christ. Maybe I'll cut things out or something. Stop flassing, okay? If you do, then you're a prep. Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came in the room even though he was naked and started begging me to take him back. Ebony, it's not what you think, he screamed sadly. What? My friend Baludi Mary Smith smiled at me understandably. She flipped her long waist-length Gothic black hair and opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses on. Why are they all wearing red contacts? She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Hermione? Why are we all of a sudden going to Hermione? Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother and father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. Oh. That's... I don't think that's proper grammar. It should be like her mother, like comma, and her father committed suicide, because how it is it's Voldemort killed her mother and father. Oh, shut up. She still has nightmares about it. She is very haunted and depressed. It turns out her real last name is Smith, not Granger. Since she converted to Satanism, she is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor. You spelled Gryffindor wrong, but it's not the point. The hat would know that happened. What is it you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape deemed angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. Vampire. I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco, I shouted at him. Everyone gasped. I don't know why Ebony was so mad at... Wait, isn't this Ebony talking? I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I had went out with a vampire. I'm bi, and so is Ebony. That's cool, I guess. That's random, but whatever. For a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Britney, a stupid preppy fucker. We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems, and he was now gothic. Ha, I would hang out with a prep. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire. Who the hell's Vampire? Oh, right, Harry. Pfft. Yeah, fucking right. Wait, Harry and Draco went out? That sounds like a fanfic right there. Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard. I screamed. I ran out the room into the Forbidden Forest where I'd lost my I'm pretty sure they're trying to say virginity, but virility to Draco, and then I started to burst into tears. Stop flamming, okay? Stop posting about people flamming. I didn't read all the books. This is from the movie, okay? So it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. Why, he never swore in the movies. But the Swedes, I said he had a headache. So? And the reason Snap doesn't lick Harry no is 'cause he's Christian and Vampire is a Satanist. MCR rocks. So Snape doesn't lick Harry because Harry's a Christian. Okay. I thought Harry said he was a vampire. Never mind. I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. And then suddenly a horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie. What? And he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort. So he looked like Voldemort in the movie because he was Voldemort. Cool story. No, I shouted in a scared voice. But then Voldemort shouted Imperious, and I couldn't run away. Crookshanks, I shouted at him. Crookshanks? Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for everything, even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. Crookshanks isn't a spell, it's Hermione's cat. Ebony, he yelled, thou must kill Vampire Potter. Vampire Lincoln? I thought about Vampire and his sex eyes and his gothic black hair and how his face was looks just like Joel Madden. I remember that Draco had said he didn't understand. So I thought, what if Draco went out with a vampire before I went out and they broke up? No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged. Thou must, he yelled. If thou... I kinda want to make this into Shakespeare here, just because he seems to want it. If thou does it not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. How did you know? I asked in a surprised voice. Voldemort got a dude so you're retarded look on his face. I hath telekinesis, he answered cruelly. And if you do not kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted, then flew angrily on his broomstick. Okay. I was so scared and mad I didn't know what to do. Suddenly Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said, hi, he said back. His face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram. Get it? Get it. What? Between Joel Madden and Gerald White. Are you okay, I asked. No, he said, I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me, I expelled. That's okay, he said, and all depressed, and we went back to Hogwarts together making out. So they were walking while making out. Stupid, you gay fags. Gay bundles of wood? If you don't like my story, then fuck off. Psst, it turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle, a furt, all sheetin vampire, are evil that's why they moved houses, okay? Okay. I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band, Bloody Gothic Rose 666. What's a 666? It's really kind of getting annoying. I'm the lead singer of it and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR. That just means they're your inspirations. The other people in my band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, and Ron, even though we call him Diablo now. He has black hair now with blue streaks in it. And Hagrid. Why the hell? Why is Hagrid in your band? No, why is Harry randomly called Vampire? Why is Harry in your band even though you didn't know about him until like 2 days ago? Wow. Only today Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrists. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too. And the only way you can kill vampires with a C-R-O-S-S. There's no way I'm writing that. Or a steak. Yum. Sunlight, holy water, wolfsbane apparently, pretty much anything holy, but whatever. Vampires are probably watching a depressing, Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs. What? So you can say boobs but not penis and vagina? Even like dick or something. And tiny matching mini skirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but really I'm not. Butt, slut. Rhyming? We're singing a cover of Helena. I thought you were writing songs. And at the end of the song, I suddenly burst into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice. What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily, and then I said, well, Voldemort came and the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry. But I don't want to kill him because he's really nice, and even if he did go out with Draco, but I don't want to kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly Draco jumped up from behind a wall. Why didn't you fucking tell me, he said. How could you fucking poor hoser muggle bitch. See, is Dad out of character? I don't know. He shouted. He started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour, then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't 'cause he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. See, that's basically not swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony, Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists. Wait, what? How did he commit So he apparated, but you can't apparate in Hogwarts. Oh, we practiced for 1 more hour. Okay. Why was he angry? I think I'll stop after this page. I'll post a link in the description. I actually kind of want to keep reading. It's just my voice is getting kind of tired, and I'm sure this is getting boring. I said stop flamming prep. See if this chapter is stupid. 11111. It deals with really serious issues. See for yourself if it's Z and T do not make a thing together. Brr, Fangs to my friend Raven for helping me. No, I screamed horrified. Bloody Mary tried to confront me, but I told her to fuck off and ran to my room crying. Dumbledore chased after me, shouting, and he had to stop when I went in my room because he would look like a perv that way. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood and slit both my wrists. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off, jumped in the bath angrily. While I put on a Linkin Park song at full volume, I grabbed a stake. I thought stakes killed vampires, and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. Oh, okay. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put a black low-cut dress with lace all over it. Sandally. Whoopsies. On me. And, wait, what? Oh, yeah, I said Stanley. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. Believe what? Your earrings? Then I looked out the window and screamed. Snape was spying on me, and he was taking a videotape of me, and Lupin was masticating to it. They were sitting on their broomsticks. Why do they have videotapes? They don't use technology. Why did you not believe it before telling the people what? Like, you could have it in that order, but it would be like, and then what I saw next, I couldn't fucking believe. I couldn't fucking believe it because I assumed you were talking about those earrings. Ew, you fucking perv, stop looking at me naked. Are you pedos or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel. I thought you were already dressed. With a picture of Marilyn Mason, even though I'm pretty sure it's Manson, on it. Suddenly a vampire ran in. Ew. Abracadabra, he yelled at Snape and Lupin, pointing his wound. So this takes place during the third book, I guess. So apparently Draco Malfoy committed suicide during the Prisoner of Azkaban, guys. I took my gun out and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times. Lupin spelled it wrong. And they both started screaming and the camera broke. Suddenly Dumbledore ran in. Ebony, it has been revealed that someone has he shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin. Then he waved his wand suddenly. So it's okay for him to run into the girl's bathroom, but not her bedroom? Okay. Hagrid ran outside on his broom. He doesn't have a broom and just said to everyone, we need to talk. You know what, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student. I may be a Hogwarts student. Hagrid paused angrily, but I'm also a Satanist. This cannot be, said Snape's still alive. What? In a crisp voice, his blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand shot him. Dumbledore? There must be other factors. You don't have any, I yelled madly. Lupin held the camera triumphantly. The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there. I felt faint, more than I normally do. I normally do like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood. Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily when he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked or happy or bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. What would happen if a vampire bit a werewolf? Would it be a vampire wolf? That would be kind of cool. Because, Hagrid said, and he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand, then swooped and he started singing. Why do you start singing? To the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. I don't think that would ever work. Because you're gothic? Snape asked, a little afraid voice, because he was afraid, and it meant he was connected with Satan, because I love her. The kid? Hagrid's not a kid, he's a teacher. What? Stop fighting. Okay, Hagrid is a pedo too. A lot of people in American schools are like, that I wanted to undress the issue. Oh, address the issue. Okay. I thought you said Andres. And then I'm like, what? Spanish now? How do you know, Snap? Ain't Christian, please. Hagrid isn't really in love with Ebony. That was Cedric. Okay, Cedric's in love with Ebony, or Hagrid's in love with Cedric? I was about to slit my wrist again with a silver knife that Draco had given me in case anything happened to him. He told me to use it valiantly against an enemy, but I knew that we must both be together. Silver also kills vampires. No, I thought it was, hey, Hagrid, but it was a vampire. He started to scream, no, my scar hurts. And then he rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I stopped. How do you know? I saw, and my scar turned back into the lightning bolt. No, I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have the scar anymore. He can't get rid of the scar. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always cover it up with foundation, he said. Anyway, my scar hurt, and it turned into the lightning bolt. Saved me. Then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him bondage. That's just disgusting. Anyway, I was in the school nurse's office now, recovering from my slit wrists. Snape and Lupin and Hagrid were there too. They were going to St. Mungo's after they were covered because they were pedophiles, and you can't have those fucking pervs teaching in a school with lots of hot girls. Dumbledore had constipated the Sidio camera. Constipated? They took of me naked? He was constipated? He ate it and became constipated? What? I put up my middle finger at them. That's kind of random. Anyway, Hagrid came into my hospital bed holding a bouquet of pink roses. N.O.B., I need to tell you something, he said in a serious voice, giving me the roses. Fuck off, I told him. You know I fucking hate the color pink anyway. And I don't like fucked up pervs like you, I snapped. Hagrid had been mean to me before for going gothic. No, N.O.B., Hagrid said, those are not roses. What are they, goths to your loser prep? I asked, 'cause I was angry that he had brought me pink roses. I saved your life, he yelled angrily. No, you didn't. You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton porn video made from your shower scene, and I was being viewed by Snape and Lupin? What? Who masturbated? See that spelled wrong? So you know it's spelled wrong, yet you did nothing about it. And he added silently, whatever. I yelled angrily. He pointed his wand at the pink roses. These aren't roses. He suddenly looked at them with an evil look in his eye and muttered, well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say. That's not a spell, that's an MCR song, I corrected him wisely. Why did the page I chose to be the last one have to be like the longest one? I know, I was just warming up my vocal cords. Then he screamed, Pachulas Marengo me. This is Spanish. Cremila Romanzo. For all you cool gothic MCR fans out there, this is a tribute, especially for Raven. I love you, girl. Imo noto okeo. I'm not okay? What? And then the roses turned into a huge black flame floating in the middle of the air, and it was black, and then I knew it wasn't a prep. Okay, I believe you. What the fuck is Draco? Or do you mean where the fuck? I guess it's just say WTF whenever that shows up. Hagrid rolled his eyes. I looked into the balls of flame, but I could nothing. You enemy, Dumbledore said, watching the two of us, watching the flame. What is the flames? Haha, you reviewers, flames, get it? Why do you spell flames wrong and right, like, within two fucking sentences? You missed find yourself first, Kay. I have found myself, you mean old man, Hagrid yelled. Dumbledore looked shocked. I guess he doesn't have a headache, or else he would have said something back. What? Hagrid stormed off back to bed. You're a liar, Prof. Dumbledore. Anyway, when I got better, I went upstairs, put on a black leather mini dress that was all ripped on the ends with lace on it. There was some corset stuff in the front. Then I put on a black fishnets and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy Joel Armstrong on them. I put my hair all out around me so I looked like Samara from The Ring. If you don't know who she is, you're a prep, so fuck off. Prep is sort of an overused term by this guy. And I put on blood red lipstick, black eyeliner, and black lip gloss. I thought lip gloss was clear. You look cowy, girl, Bloody Mary said. Fangs, get it? You do too. My God. Better be making the reference to vampires, Fangs, not his poor grammar at the beginning of like every chapter. I said sadly too, but I was still upset. I slit both my wrists, feeling totally depressed, and I sucked all the blood. What would happen if a vampire drank its own blood? I cried again in my bathroom and put the shades on so Snap and Lupin couldn't spot me this time. I went to some glasses. Vampire was in the hair of magical creatures. Oh, sorry, the hair of magical creatures. Magical magic creatures. He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared, and he had used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff. How are there even Hufflepuffs? Like, everyone here's a Satanist. Everyone should be fucking Slytherin. Hi, he said in a depressed way. Hi back, I said, in a Waquali said way. Is that even a word? We both looked at each other at the same time. Harry had beautiful red gothic eyes, so much like Draco. Then we jumped on each other and started screwing each other. Just right in the middle of class. Just start fucking. Stop that now, you horny simpletons, shouted Professor McGonagall, who was watching us. So is everyone else. Vampire, you fucker, I said, slapping him. Stop trying to screw me. You know I love Draco, I shouted, but then I ran away angrily. Just then he started to scream, OMFG, no, my scar hurts. And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see red whites. No, I came closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but didn't they already say this? I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I was covered up with foundation, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt, and I had a vision of what's happening to Draco. Voldemort has him in bondage. Special thanks to Raven, my Gothic's blood sister. What WTF you're supposed to do right this? Hey Raven, do you know where my sweater? What? Well, anyway, I think that's good enough here. I made it to chapter 12. I'm actually going to continue reading this. I read a little bit, just before I end this, I read a little bit that it gets worse at like chapter 26 or something because Raven's no longer helping. So I think I'll stop after that. It's probably the same grammar all these like ending things here are. See you guys then.